Have you ever heard of an ancient African empire that rivaled Rome, Persia, and China? An empire so powerful it controlled vital trade routes, minted its own currency, and erected monumental stone pillars that still pierce the sky today? This isn't a fantasy. This is the incredible, often overlooked story of the Kingdom of Aksum. Join me as we journey back in time to the highlands of modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea to uncover the secrets of a civilization that shaped the course of history. How did this kingdom rise from humble beginnings to become a global superpower? What was daily life like for its people? What led to its eventual mysterious decline? We're about to piece together the puzzle of Aksum, a story of ambition, faith, and ingenuity that deserves to be told. The story begins around the 1st century AD, though its roots stretch back even further. Imagine a bustling port city on the Red Sea coast called Agilis. This was the engine of Agilb's economy. From here, ships sailed across the Indian Ocean, connecting Africa with the Roman Empire, Arabia, Persia, and even as far as India and China. What were they trading? Gold, ivory, rhinoceros horns, and fragrant frankincense and myrrh flowed out of Africa. While textiles, spices, wine, and precious metals flowed in, Agilis wasn't just a marketplace. It was a cosmopolitan hub where cultures and ideas collided. This immense wealth from trade flowed inland, upstream to the heart of the kingdom, to its magnificent capital city, also named Aksum. Deep in the fertile highlands, the city of Aksum was the political and religious center of the empire. It was here that the kings of Aksum ruled, demonstrating their power not just through wealth, but through incredible feats of engineering. The most iconic symbols of their power are the giant stelae or obelisks. These are massive, single-piece granite towers, carved to resemble multi-story buildings, complete with fake doors and windows. The largest of them, the Great Stele, would have stood over 33 meters tall and weighed a staggering 520 tons, heavier than any single obelisk the ancient Egyptians ever raised. Though it fell long ago, likely during its erection, its sheer scale is a testament to the ambition and technical skill of the Aksumites. Just imagine the manpower and ingenuity required to quarry, transport, and raise such a colossal monument thousands of years ago. For the first few centuries of its existence, the Aksumite kingdom practiced a polytheistic religion, worshipping gods like Aster, the god of the sky, and Merom, the god of war, from whom the kings claimed descent. But in the 4th century AD, something happened that would change Aksum forever. King Azana, one of Aksum's most powerful rulers, converted to Christianity. This was a monumental shift. Azana wasn't just adopting a new personal belief. He was making Christianity the state religion. This made Aksum one of the very first Christian kingdoms in the world, even before the Roman Empire officially adopted the faith. King Azana's coins, which once featured the crescent and disc symbols of the old gods, were now minted with the Christian cross. This decision forged a deep cultural and religious identity that has endured in Ethiopia for over 1,700 years and fundamentally linked Aksum to the wider Christian world of Byzantium and the Mediterranean. The legacy of this conversion is perhaps most famously embodied in the legends surrounding the Ark of the Covenant. According to the Ethiopian epic, the Kebra Nagast, the Ark was brought from Jerusalem to Ethiopia by Menelik I, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Tradition holds that this sacred relic, containing the tablets of the 10 Commandments, rests to this day in a special chapel in the city of Aksum, the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion. While its existence remains a matter of faith, the story highlights the profound importance of Aksum as a sacred center of Christianity, a second Jerusalem for millions of believers. The Aksumite kingdom wasn't just a regional power. It was a military force to be reckoned with. Under leaders like King Azana and later King Caleb in the 6th century, Aksum expanded its influence across the Red Sea, conquering parts of modern-day Yemen and asserting its dominance over southern Arabia. The Persian prophet Mahoni, writing in the 3rd century, named Aksum as one of the 4 great powers of his time, alongside Rome, Persia, and China. Think about that for a moment. An African kingdom standing shoulder to shoulder with the giants of the ancient world. This wasn't a peripheral player. Aksum was at the very center of global affairs. So what happened to this mighty empire? Like all great powers, Aksum's golden age eventually came to an end. Starting around the 7th century, a combination of factors began to weaken its foundations. The rise of Islam and the expansion of the Arab caliphates shifted trade routes away from the Red Sea, cutting off Aksum's primary source of wealth. The port of Agelis was eventually destroyed, severing the kingdom's lifeline to the outside world. At the same time, evidence suggests the region was hit by severe climate change. A period of drought and environmental degradation would have made agriculture in the highlands increasingly difficult, leading to food shortages and internal instability. The once thriving capital began to shrink, and the center of power gradually shifted south into the more rugged, defensible interior of Ethiopia. One persistent legend speaks of a fierce queen known as Gudit or Yodit, who is said to have laid waste to Aksum, burning its churches and destroying its monuments. While her historical reality is debated, the story reflects a period of intense turmoil and violence that marked the final decline of the great kingdom. By the 10th century, the Aksumite Empire had faded into history, but it was not forgotten. Its legacy is immense and alive. The GS script, developed in Aksum, evolved into the writing system still used for Amharic and Tigrinya in Ethiopia and Eritrea today. The architectural style, from the monolithic stele to the incredible rock-hewn churches of Lalibela that followed, are direct descendants of Aksumite ingenuity. And most importantly, the deep-rooted Christian faith that King Azana embraced continues to be a cornerstone of Ethiopian identity. The story of Aksum is a powerful reminder that history is far richer and more diverse than we often taught. It challenges our perceptions of ancient Africa and reveals a civilization of immense sophistication, power, and influence. The next time you think of the great empires of the ancient world, remember to add another name to the list: the mighty, magnificent kingdom of Aksum. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more lost chapters of our world's past, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.